All right, Dominick Izzo, this is Wing Chun out here in Chicago, and I'm going to be sticking with this theme because I think that we need to discern what true Wing Chun is, right? And I'm not talking about traditional Wing Chun. I'm not talking about a lineage Wing Chun. I'm talking about being genuine when you're teaching an art and you're not selling bullshit. And I'm going to go back to Thomas Marks again. You know, I'm not picking on him, but at the same time, too, you know, it's kind of like if you're going to be teaching something, please be genuine when you're teaching. Going back to Thomas Marks, who's a JKD teacher underneath Tommy Carruthers, and I understand we all have to sell our business in order to keep students coming in, because this is how we make our livelihood, right? I'm not discrediting you, but know what you're talking about. So again, I'm going to put this bed to rest again. Here's another Wing Chun versus JKD punching that Thomas Marks is doing on his YouTube channel. And we're going to talk about, we're going to see what he's doing, and we're going to have a conversation.
Hi guys. So today's subject, what's the difference between arm punches and body punches? And what do I mean with body punches? What I don't mean is punching to the body, and with arm punches I don't mean punching to the arms.
I'll clarify what he means. He's talking about putting intent by just delivering your punch or putting your body behind your punch. In the last video I did, Thomas talks about there's no power in the Wing Chun straight blast or chain punch, and I'm going to prove how he doesn't know what he's talking about because he answered his own question in this and another video. Simply put, if you understand body mechanics, one of the things that killed me that I actually didn't talk about in the other video was where he was talking about there's no power in this straight blast based off of alignment. Well, then how come so many of you guys mock and mimic and duplicate the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, which is literally transferring the entire body mass in amplified energy into a target through, if you choose your fist, your elbow, your shoulder, doesn't make a difference. It's inch power, right? Why are you guys so obsessed with inch power, but you remove inch power when it fits your narrative? This is what I mean. If you start at the core of it, Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch was nothing more than transferring his body mass into somebody else with a longer target, i.e. his fist at that time. Inch power can be delivered through your shoulders. Can be delivered through your palm strike, elbow. Inch power is all over the place, delivered through Yuma. But if you guys in the JKD community don't understand this and then are selling this horse shit, it means you don't know what you're talking about.
In general, when you say arm punches, it means that you punch only with your arms. So there's no body behind involved, right? Or not much. That would be typically like Wing Chun kind of chain punch. You can even see some boxers when they demonstrate their speed and they punch very fast, and then you can see that not much body is involved behind this punch.
Give us an example.
For example, a typical arm punch would be you punch only with your arm. Okay, it doesn't really matter what martial art this is. This could be Wing Chun type of punch.
Well, that wasn't Wing Chun to begin with. That was a bunch of bullshit and you were tap dancing. So number one, you're purposely making something fail and attributing it a martial art to it. So number one, this is why I don't have respect for you. I just don't. You're purposely making a concept fail and saying, this is Wing Chun. This is Mama, soap my Lederhosen. You're full of shit when you do this. You're a clown. So number one, either you don't know Wing Chun or you do, and you're purposely lying to gain students and followers. So you're wrong.
Punch, which we don't train, and Bruce didn't train. The late Bruce didn't train anymore.
No, got to throw that in. Well, what Bruce meant was, do you guys? Oh, and you're offering seminars for advanced, exclusive, evolving JKD, but you can't stop sucking on a dead man's cock. Why is that? It blows me away. You have no free thinking of your own.
Or even you can see some boxers.
Who the hell does that? Oh my God, and the fact you do it so well makes me concerned that that's what you do teach.
Where they're punching fast and there's not much body involved.
There can't be any body involved, and to be honest, what you did was purposely. When you pick up your feet and tiptoe like you just did, you purposely remove all root from the ground. You're selling snake oil. You're doing this on purpose. Those of us who could see it know it. When you have no root, you have no power going into your punch. So it's all just hand. It's hands. And then you go on, watch other people's content and say, this is garbage, JKD. Your JKD is garbage. No, you're actually full of shit. And you should be chastised by the martial arts community for purposely lying to people to try to get them to see your way, which isn't your way, which is a carbon copy way of Tommy Carruthers, who's a carbon copy of Bruce Lee. But let's keep going.
The typical thing is arm punches that are not going to knock an opponent out. This could be a boxing jab. Boxing jab is often a typical arm punch.
It's also the placement, right? You hit somebody in the square of the face, which is where you guys are saying your arm punches hit. No, you're probably not going to knock somebody out by hitting them right in the mouth, teeth, But if you angle curvature of the jaw, right? Temple, definitely carotid artery. So if you change the angle of your punch, will you knock them out? Probably. And I actually take that back. I've seen some people in MMA matches who get hit right in the button and they're out. So you're actually wrong.
It's not too much power behind it, or any kind of other martial art. It doesn't really matter. So how do you bring?
So I'm gonna stop this there because you can watch his own stuff. But I think about something for a second. I wanna find this because just in there, he criticized that there's no real power in the Wing Chun punch with that straight blast, and it's specifically attributed to the mechanics. So anybody who watches this video is gonna say, "Oh, if you stand and you throw a straight vertical fist down, you're not going to get any power from there," right? He did on his last video that we talked about the other day, where his student, where is his student doing this one? This is the video I covered the other day, which was his student doing, oh no, I'm sorry. I'll come back to this. So if he's going back on this, I want to hear the explanation. The video I did the other day was there's no power in the Wing Chun punch. And I'm very curious about something. Why is it that there's no power in a vertical fist, but you're teaching the most important in Bruce Lee's martial Jeet Kune Do, which is his lead hand, right? Let's look at this for a second. This is the core of Jeet Kune Do.
Hi guys.
Core
Today
Jeet
we're
Kune
going
Do.
to talk about why the straight lead is the core of Jeet Kune Do and why is it so important technique for this martial art.
Gang, I don't want to be an asshole, but can we talk about something for a second? If he criticizes a concept he doesn't know, which is the straight blast, which is Jeet Kune Do, Wing Chun is a chain punch, is a concept, and that consists of a vertical punch, then why is it he does a whole video on how the straight lead is the core of Jeet Kune Do when all it is, literally, look at his student right here. I'm not even going to play this fucking video. If his student squared up, put both feet on the ground, look at his heel here. His heel is raised here to get that length. You got to get that length with that lead. If he squared up, centered, and didn't shift, you'd have the exact same body mechanics as what he calls an arm punch. But what we do is we put Yuma into it, right? Rising energy, sinking energy, turning energy. Again, it's concepts he doesn't know about. I guess here's my overall point in these snake oil Jeet Kune Do shitheads that are trying to pass something off on that they don't know. Why is it that the straight blast doesn't fit your narrative unless you change the body mechanics, angle, and coin it as Bruce Lee's? Bruce Lee stopped doing the straight blast, started doing the chain punch. Really? Then why is the straight lead your nucleus when it's literally nothing more than body blading? And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong on this straight lead is you don't gain distance. You blade yourself. You remove 50% of your arsenal, or you could turn, and then you try to sell it as a superior technique. It's the same fucking body mechanics. And you're contradicting yourself. The video I did the other day showed you're talking about the hook punch is superior to the straight blast, but here's the straight lead. Didn't you just say you're not going to start the video? Yes, the other day I did. You're not going to come in with that, but you're leading with this. So I wanted to use this example. If this is the nucleus of their art, why is it the vertical punch is inferior when it's utilized on both sides in a concept of a chain punch, but it's superior in the nucleus of what you do when 50% of your body is turned off and it's a straight lead? So now that we've got the mechanics out of the way, I want to hear what your explanation is on the superior way of training this in the Jeet Kune Do system.
Body behind your punch. Jack Dempsey once wrote, you don't punch with your arms or with your hands, you punch with your legs. So it starts, always starts with the legs.
All sports start with the legs.
And goes through the hips, through the shoulders.
Wing Chun learns that from day one in your horse stance. Your Yiji Kim Young Ma. Your Yuma. Again, you do not know Wing Chun, so I really suggest that you either change the titles of your videos or just put up a giant disclaimer. I don't know Wing Chun. I just don't. Because you don't. Dude, I'm doing you a favor. You don't know what you're talking about.
Through the arms and then eventually through the hand. So the arm and the hand essentially only delivering the power. The whole power is accumulated through the whole body. For example, sometimes you see people punch a lead punch only with the arm, which looks nice, looks fast, makes even noise. But when you punch with the whole body, you step in and you turn the body also. So there's this difference when you punch with your whole body. Same is with hooks. When you have a hook, you don't punch just with your hand, okay? So you use your whole body and you step in the right direction where the force has to go, and then you punch with your body. So
why do I waste my time with this? I think it's because you're criticizing other people and you have no clue what you're talking about, to be honest. I appreciate these videos. It gives a chance for people to see whether or not I'm full of shit with what I talk about. You are taking the literal body mechanics out of something and applying it to where you don't like it and selling it as Wing Chun versus Jeet Kune Do. The difference between the Wing Chun delivery and your delivery in Jeet Kune Do is you guys turn off 50% of your body. If you have with a straight lead, you're fucked, especially against somebody who knows how to wind up, slipping, changing angles, taking you down. This is why Wing Chun is superior, because of the element of facing, which you guys don't teach. It's not squared up, it's actually facing. It's separation of your hips and your waist, which you don't teach. It's Yuma. You don't teach it because you don't know it. This is why Bruce Lee probably wanted to go back to Wing Chun, because he realized, I'm missing something here. But it's wrong, and this is the failure of the Jeet Kune Do community. There's no arm punches. You take the same body mechanics, elbow down, vertical fist, leading from the elbow, shooting from the hip. And why is it? There's no power in a Wing Chun punch, but there's power when you do it in a straight lead? Do you see how you are purposely and willfully misleading people and lying? Or you don't know what you're talking about, and I'm extremely happy to educate you. This is the last I'm doing on him. Hey, gives him a plug, Check him out. Thomas Marks, JKD. He's a student of Tommy Carruthers. I don't know Tommy. I've watched his stuff, kind of growing in my martial arts journey on YouTube. He was an inspiration to a lot of us, but I'm actually very sad to see that somebody of his caliber would insult people for their trying to perpetuate a martial art that he endorses. It's just this is a bunch of crap that we all need to stop in this garbage. But I'm not going to have somebody come on and say, this is why Bruce Lee evolved. He's a dead man who died at 32, 33 years old. He was a kid when he died. He didn't know shit. If he was still alive today, his thinking would have kept evolving. I'm 47. The way I thought when I was 32, holy shit, did I think differently. So you guys are still sucking on the tit of a dead man who you are doing no progressive thinking of your own, and you're attacking something that 99%, let me put it this way. I'll finish with this. To date, I personally don't know. Maybe there are. I've never seen anybody who's gone through the entire Wing Chun system who says, Jeet Kune Do is the answer for me. But I have seen people who've gone through whatever entire curriculum from Jeet Kune Do come over to Wing Chun and go, oh shit. That should tell you something. When people sit there and go back to the mother art and the nucleus and go, oh, damn. Instead of going from Wing Chun to JKD, doesn't happen that way. That's just that. I'm so sick of the bullshit lie on this. Hope that makes sense to you guys. See you on the next video.